Hello friends and fans, welcome to A Gato Getaway. If you're new here, I'm Lena. If you're returning, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the first of a series of modifying DIY sewing projects. Today we're going to be taking, this skirt that I thrifted. I showed it off initially in my thrifting Lolita video, and we're gonna go ahead and take this pretty simple tiered spring skirt and make it a little bit more Lolita. How are we gonna do that, you may ask? Well, we're gonna add some lace details on this just to give it that extra detail that is really kind of not 100% necessary in Lolita, but it'll definitely take this really simple, cute floral print and push it more in that direction. So for what we're gonna use, I got all my stuff out, but of course it's all over the place because what is organization? I have a lot of lace that I buy all the time, mostly for my shop, but also some of it's for more personal use. And I recently picked up a bunch of this cotton style lace with heart design, and then these little, you can kind of see this embroidered heart design. So I think I'm going to use these two together on the layers, but I also have this cute pink one that's a good match for the print, and I also have this cute little scallop design. So let's lay everything out and see how they all look on the actual dress. Because yeah, I'm pretty confident I'm going to use one of those things. I also have this guy, which I don't know how well you can see it. It's just like a wide ribbon kind of thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with one of those. As for where to buy these laces, you can find them. Most of these I get either on AliExpress or through a supplier that I use on Etsy. I will leave a link to the Etsy supplier that I typically use. I tend to buy big old boxes of lace at a time just because I use so much of it for my shop. But you can just buy single, amounts, and you can find it by the yard from different retailers, and all of them get them kind of from the same source. They're just different storefronts that sell the same products. Anyway, with that, let's go and do the first step, which is deciding the placement of where things will go. So here you can see the general plan. I really like this top lace because I don't have to put any additional details on it. I'm gonna put lace at each tier of this and on the hem, which is off screen right now, but I really want it to, it's gonna be all the same lace. I like how the pink one matches, and I love the heart one. I don't know if thematically it matches the whole print overall, but if I use the heart one, then I can use this lace generally over the top, and I could use it also with the pink one. But let me grab one more option. Sorry for the plastic sound. And instead of using any of those trims that require one more, the other idea would be to use this guy and just put a tape over each and every layer, which might also be the easiest. Go ahead and take this off, unroll a little bit more. This is always the hardest part of the process for me, is deciding how I actually want to do the design. And if I use this, then I can just use a trim that is similar to the hem that I have here for the bottom edge of the dress. So man, I thought it'd be easy to decide once I saw them down. I do think I'm leaning towards this tape, which means I'll have to do 2 rows of stitches on it, but I'd have to do that either way. That, or maybe just keeping it simple and doing this loop guy. I feel like the loop guy is less overwhelming compared to this one. So let's go ahead and use this lace. So when I start sewing these down, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a little bit of a gap here and then just start stitching these down and so that they're attached right where the tiers line is. It'll make more sense maybe in motion. When I get here to the end, I just trim off the extra lace, and I've tucked this part underneath the little lip that I left when I first started sewing, and then I fold in so that it's got one loop. Like whatever the design is on the lace, I tend to fold it so that it matches up to that, and then I set it up so that there aren't any little bits peeking out. Put a straight pin where I need it, everything to stay, just so it makes sewing a little bit easier. You can see there, that's how I'll finish it. So I'm going to go and stitch this really fast. Okay, so I have gone ahead and I've attached the lace to the 3 tiers of the skirt, or at least the bottoms of the top, the second, and the 3rd tier. I don't know if you guys could see super well where I finished the edges. I'm trying to even find the finished edges so I can show you. Okay, well, it's not on that side with me. It's gotta be here. Okay. So you can kind of see how I folded one side over and tucked the other side underneath. If you have a different kind, like a cotton lace, you're going to want to serge it and actually like merge the edges. These are a polyester lace. It's a water soluble type, so it's not as likely to unravel at these points. I could have burned them as well just to make sure, but I'm not putting in that much effort. I decided after putting the 3 layers on that I want to actually have a longer lace on the bottom, so I'm going to go and dig through my stash and see what I have that matches this guy that I chose, and then add that on to here. Okay, so after digging around and seeing what I had, I've decided to go with this floral lace that I have because I have a whole card of this. So this is probably 10 yards in this bundle, and then the card has 120 yards on it. These are all left over from my Sapphire Blossoms collection, which technically I'm still making more of them. I only have 3 open orders for that, and the rest are just going to be done as an MTO, or not an MTO, a ready to ship style thing, but that's not this video. So the next step is I'm going to gather this up and then finish the edge and then attach it to the skirt, because the skirt itself is already completely finished. So I'm just going to film a couple clips of me doing that, and the gathering and the finishing and the attaching, and then after that we'll have the final product. I realized I never explained how I am getting these really tight gathers, which I actually have to loosen this up. So when I set my machine at high tension and a long stitch length, it'll automatically gather really thin fabrics if I push it through it. This doesn't work for everything that I do, but it works really well for lace. And I'm just going to play with the tension for a bit, and I will show you guys when I have a bunch of gathered lace at the end. Okay, so I finished gathering all of the lace. I did a little bit of pinning it to the points of the skirt as I was going along, just to make sure I had enough of it. And then what I'm going to do is just run it through my serger, because the ends won't unravel because it is like a mesh material, but just to have like a cleaner edge, I'm going to run it through the serger because the entire inside of the skirt has been serged. And I could unprick this rolled hem bottom that's on the skirt already. That's a lot of work. So I'm not going to do that. It feels like less work to just run this ridiculous length of lace through the serger and give the lace itself a finished, clean, straight edge that I can then just sew onto the skirt. Now, as I'm putting it through the serger, what I'm going to do is also make sure that the gathers are all even. I've left it attached still to my sewing machine. That way if I need to take more thread to stretch it onto, I can. And then if I do end up with some extra measure of this lace, I'll just use it for a different project. And so that's the skirt, guys. Sorry about the lighting right now. It is a mess, and I don't have the time or the spoons to refilm all of this again and set up more lighting. I don't know why it's so bad all of a sudden, because I filmed it this time before. Anyway, the blouse that I'm wearing is another DIY thrift flip that I did using the same techniques I did with the skirt. I added, just with straight stitches, I added this white trim here on the sleeves. I gathered and added the lace on here. All of the white bits basically on this blouse are new additions. This was in my Lolita thrift video that I did recently. I do want to go in and add something to the collar. Maybe I'll put some more of this lace on there. Maybe I'll just like add a whole collar detail. I haven't decided yet, which is why it's still plain. The sleeves are just tubes with a elastic channel at the end that gathers the lace of the cuff. If you want a DIY video on how to do a blouse kind of like this, it's not going to be exactly the same because I'm still thrifting them, but if you want another DIY video, please let me know down below. And yeah, this was a fun little just throw together the coordinate kind of thing. By the way, this is just a belt that I'm wearing to add more white to my outfit. It's not part of the blouse or the skirt. I didn't modify that in any way. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, I'm doing a giveaway right now. All you have to do is join my Discord server. If you are a beginner sewist and you want more sewing advice and whatnot, I'm always available on Discord. It also, you know, promotes my shop a bit and is generally a fun community. So yeah, think about joining. And people who join before June 1st have a chance to win a free sewing kit from me that I'll put together for you guys if you want to join me on these adventures. My next DIY will probably be a midi skirt to a JSK, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that. And yeah, let me know if you want a blouse DIY tutorial kind of thing. This was just a lot of pretty simple straight lines. So I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you may be, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!